Josh Alex, I feel bad because shouts out to the patrons. The last Josh Alexander match I watched was that match with him and Will Ospreay, and at the end of that match was Scott D'Amore coming out there talking about this was the greatest wrestling match I've ever seen in my life. I was so happy to put this on. I, represent with my daddy. I've been such a fan for so long, and it kills me to see that stuff, and then to see. Well, actually, it's dope to see that the TNA locker room felt enough of a way about the Anthem getting rid of Scott right now that they sent a word. I think Fightful reported that they sent a letter to Anthem basically saying we need a wrestling person back here. We understand, which is, I mean, when the news hit, the question was, what did he do? What happened?
That's what everybody's reaction was exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean,
it came right after. Pardon me,
yeah.
cousin. It came right after that slew of information that we received.
Yep.
So automatically you assume that he's a nasty guy.
Something was going on, right?
And that's not like he really built this brick by brick.
Mm-hmm. He was go ahead.
If you notice, the first people that were coming out were the women. Mm-hmm. Like, I love Scott D'Amore, and like Trent, Nam, whatever we call
Jordan Grace, all of them, yeah.
All of them they were coming out, and so the fact that these folks are coming out like in force like this for this guy, I'm glad, really, because the assumption people made, and it's fair, I guess, because of the times, but I mean, not fair because he ain't do nothing nasty. So
yeah.
I thought that was presumptuous of everybody to think that.
It sucks. It sucks. I think the problem is what can you do, especially when, like Matt was saying, the last really since they went from we're going from Impact back to TNA, he's been the guy. He's been the one trying to get the Will Ospreays to have they had 2 matches down there. Get it, trying to CM Punks and trying to get people instrumental to have him get released and not hear anything, any type of reason.
And it was crazy to have that kind of like that big buzz around TNA, and then like it didn't come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like they was building to that for a while, and then for this to happen is crazy. It's crazy, dog.
The talk was that, and I don't. His name is Anthony something. I do not remember the dude's name that they put. Something like that, something with a C. I'd have to pull up. Let me pull up one of these reports and make sure I don't want to butcher homeboy name. But word is that he's an Anthem guy.
Was it Marcelo?
And no, the idea was that Anthem wants to get an Anthem person back there, but it's all Anthony Ciccone, Ciccone.
Knowledge.
What? But I think that's knowledge. It's one of those things. I don't know if Anthem understands what is going on, like in their quest to kind of control this aspect, because I think they can see that something's getting hot. They're forgetting that there's a reason why things are getting hot, and
right.
They want to control it now. But if you're a person, I don't know who this guy is, but if you're not a person that the roster feels is going to be a wrestling person for them in this time of momentum with Nick Nemeth and all this stuff going on, I don't know how they missed that. I don't know how you don't understand that.
They never saw The Wire. They don't know that once you lose a brother, you cut him, and you want to get that feeling back. The price of the brick through the roof.
Speaking of that, he was trying to cop TNA. They said he look here with the thumbs up. They hey, high key. High key. Some conspiracy theorists may think but he was definitely. They said word was that he was trying to cop it. I believe it was after he knew that, because word was that they knew they were going to be letting him go for like a month.
Well, you know what? What if? I mean, without putting out a proper statement to kind of really, tell folks what it was, I wonder if the Anthem folks was really wanted people to think something nasty about him. You see what I'm
Maybe.
saying?
That's disgusting.
It's either one of two things. Either they thought that people were going to feel away, or they just thought that nobody was going to care. Which actually,
Yeah,
which
I
kind of
think
is,
that matter.
it's and that it's actually more alarming. If it's the latter,
They
that's
don't
more alarming
they
because
don't
they
know how
really have
pro
no clue.
wrestling. They don't know
Right.
how pro wrestling works.
They don't know how their
Or
company works.
or I think it's a situation where, except especially if he's an executive,
Hmm.
though high profile executive, they thought that it would happen and then it would just sweep under the rug and then it would just pop up at a later date or whatever. Um, yeah.
If if he ends up going to another company,
It is what it is.
Where do you think?
One
Where do you
man's
think
life is another man's treasure.
Where should he go?
where should he go?
Where
I
should he
don't
go?
I don't
What's
I
his
don't
lifeline? Like what's he done in the past? Because I'm not familiar.
Let's actually that's a great question, Mimi. Let's pull
bring it
that up.
on up.
Yeah, let's
You hear him clacking?
So it says Anthony. What is that?
let's see.
T?
We gonna
Oh, he on a
Yeah, yeah.
no. I'm about to.
Jinkies.
Jinkies is funny. Nah, Jeeves, Cal Jeeves. Nah, we gonna pull up his Wikipedia. Hold up.
Anthony is the president of Anthem's
Or his
entertainment
LinkedIn. You
group.
gotta fill up his LinkedIn.
His link. I gotta.
No, pulling up his
Oh,
LinkedIn is
I'm not
crazy.
logged into LinkedIn to see anything, and I don't want to log in to
okay,
LinkedIn.
okay.
He's done. He went to. He was doing TNA 20 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I knew that.
And then cause they merged with Global Force at a
Mhm.
certain point, and he worked with them for 3 years. And he went back to he'd been with TNA in one way, shape, or form for the last 20 years.
20 years.
Literally,
Oh wow.
literally. So
He gonna pop up someplace big.
it's the DNA of TNA over the last 20 years is gone, and
Well,
and it was because they said bye. I don't. I mean, I don't know if I can't say TNA's dead in the water. I feel like people like Josh Alexander, Speedball Mike Bailey, like that's his home. There's people that Nick Nemeth is still there.
well, who got them there?
I understand, but I've not heard anything about an exodus or anybody leaving yet.
No, I'm saying who like this is the person that put them into these positions where they could do what they do best.
Mhm.
Right.
And that person is gone. So
Now
I don't know who the backup to Scott Demore
well
was.
apparently it's Anthony.
It's Anthony. Anthony
No,
took his.
what I'm saying is
Oh, like who would have been his
who
right
would've
hand or
been
whatever?
the successor before Anthony Maselli came in. What?
It's funny.
Shout out
funny.
to Tony Maselli.
No, I when I realized
Yeah.
when cultures converge. Anyway, now we'll see what happens. We were offline. I mean, Scott, AEW. That makes sense.
He could help him out.
It
It'll
makes
make AEW.
He
makes
needed.
sense to it makes I don't want to say it makes sense to us because we think it's trash, but
No, they need it. I would
I-
like to see them I would like to see that happen.
I don't think it could hurt.
at this point, nothing.
You should. All right.
Right.
I-
So
they were saying Scott used to be a wrestler. He had clean
Yeah, he
Canadian
used to be a wrestler.
destroyers.
He used to be a wrestler for sure.
That's
I thought
I
he
mean,
was Petey Wheat's